And we are live. Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to the Puppet Podcast. We are in this afternoon for my area in Montreal, but it's because we will cross the ocean to go to UK and meet my guests. So for the one who are new to the Puppet Podcast, I'm Caroline Bernier-Dionne, CaroBD, and I'm the host of this podcast. The purpose of it is to promote the puppetry art, to make talented puppeteers in front of the camera and make them talk about our wonderful job as puppeteers. So let's just bring this magnific guest I get from UK, and he is in character. So we have the character with it. It's a ventriloquist. Please welcome Krisgar and TrickyTeddy.
Hey, hi guys, hello.
Hey, hi Chris, hi Teddy.
Hello.
And welcome to the podcast. Thank you to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, what time is it in your area?
6 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
In the evening. Yes, in the evening. 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yes. So thank you to make this going so I can ask you some questions. So tell me like more about you, like your relation, Teddy and Chris, how you met, everything.
So
I want to know.
I'm a children's entertainer by trade, and I can't go anywhere without TrickyTeddy. Yeah, because I'm the star. It's not the star. And Tricky was found first of all in a magic convention. So it's the Blackpool Magic Convention, which is every February. So it's the largest magic convention in the world. It's 3,500 magicians descend on the town of Blackpool. And I saw a version of TrickyTeddy just on a stand. I thought, well, I liked him. So it was a mass-produced puppet at the time. So I saw him there, fell in love with the puppet, created this voice. Yeah, this is my voice, is this voice. And it's all fingers crossed ventriloquism, so I'm not supposed to move my lips, so don't look too closely. I do that. That's a lot better. And then going forward a number of years, I then had TrickyTeddy with a bit of a facelift. We got him custom built, so no one else could sort of use the same puppet and call him TrickyTeddy. So now he's one of a kind, totally unique. That was from Carl Chad made this version. Hi Carl, yes, do a shout from Stuff It's Puppets. That's the creator. So it's largely based on the original, but it's totally unique now.
Yes. And you're kind of in a big business, like you merge magic and puppetry. So like, how is it to merge those kind? I think it's pretty linked, the puppet and the magic, is it?
They do go side by side. So as a children's entertainer, I do first and foremost do the magic, and always started out doing the magic. And then my love of ventriloquism sort of really boomed. I saw, I don't know if you've heard of him, I hope you have. There's a ventriloquist called Paul Zerdin who won America's Got Talent. And I saw him years ago in a panto about I think it was 600-seat theatre. He's gone since to obviously win America's Got Talent, have his Vegas show, and then plays London Palladium as well. So he's kind of does a lot bigger auditoriums now from when I first saw him. But since then, I wanted to introduce comedy puppets into my show. Not copy the style, because he's got a little boy puppet and he's got a squeaky voice. Like yours, yeah, thank you. So yeah, then the two do go in tandem, and children absolutely fall in love with TrickyTeddy, and adults. I'm single. Okay. So yeah, adults of all ages, and they just, I don't know, there's just something about TrickyTeddy, and when I get phone calls to parties, the mum who usually books, is usually the mum's that book. They ring up and say, can you make sure TrickyTeddy's there? So it would look like this, the act. Hi, which is a bit scary. So yeah, I have to be there. But TrickyTeddy is the one they want.
Yes, I feel it's so magic. I have a lot of admiration about ventriloquism, and like I have this kind of tricky question: how it goes, like in your mind, to be two brain? Is it good? Like, or Teddy, you want to talk maybe about that?
Yes, yeah, it is bizarre. Night end. Oh yeah, sorry. It is bizarre, because you do find yourself on some occasions just coming out with the most random things. I'm sure during this conversation I'll say something and I think, why did I say that? And this is I don't know, you just get into character and I take over. Yeah, he takes over. Just that's the most random rubbish. The random things. But I don't know how it comes. But you have to have a not split personality, but almost borderline split personality to think, right, I've got to be, the straight character, and Trick has always got to try and get one up on me, or whichever way you want to play it. So yeah, we're different in ways, but it works like a comedy duo. You always have the funny and the straight one. When TrickyTeddy comes out, he's always playing one-upmanship. So yeah, you have to almost think one ahead, think, right, I'm doing this, and then I'm going to do that. Yeah. And then you have to constantly run through lines in your head. But it does come almost second nature, which is very strange. And even my wife, like at night when she's asleep, I'm sitting there sort of going over lines in my head and doing TrickyTeddy's voice, sitting there going, oh, hi. And she's like, who's that in the room? I was like, oh, don't worry, it's Tricky. It's at the end of the bed.
That's a funny anecdote. I like that. It's so cool.
Don't tell anyone, be late.
yeah. It's secret. And I want to know also, like, as the training, like, as to become a ventriloquist, but as also become a puppeteer and a magician, like, what do you feel is the best path for someone who wants to learn and has maybe your path, but what you will suggest to someone else to if you want to do that?
Sure. I mean, there's two. I mean, yourself as a performer. There's with magic. I'm from the old school of saying, you can't just be a magician. I think you've got to be a performer. So I started out when I was 3, which is brilliant grounding. I did ballet, and for a good number of years, I think I was 16 when I stopped. Billy Elliot. No, I wasn't Billy Elliot. Almost. And I was about 16 when I stopped, but it helped me with stage presence and how to present myself on stage, and give me the confidence to get up and do, and perform magic. So that was my grounding. And I always think, you should do some kind of either dance or stage work that isn't, necessarily magic or ventriloquism. And it just helps give you that sort of, that edge then on stage. And then the magic, I was in the right place at the right time, I guess. I got a little City magic set. City again is a little glove puppet. You should know him. Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't know him. It's a little glove puppet. It's famous certainly in the UK. He kind of got me into magic. So I saw him on TV. And wanted to be like him, so I got a little City magic set for Christmas. It's now called a vintage magic set. Yeah, he's now called a vintage magic set. I'm only 32, so I'm a bit annoyed at the vintage mark, but hey. And then I took that to one of our campsites on holiday, and performed in the talent competition. And there was an entertainer called Shariko there, and he happened to be a magician. And then I tried to. Again, I sort of modelled. I learned a lot of inspiration from Shariko, and he helped me. Said, just little tips. Perhaps you should deliver this line like this, or perform. Show that bit like that, and really helped me with some performance skills. And then sent me a list of magic shops. Back in the day, it was without computer. Well, the internet wasn't a big thing like it is now. You can just log on to any website and get some magic. But back then, magic shops were you had to know the people that knew where the magic shops were. Yeah. So luckily, it's Harry Potter. No, it's not Harry Potter. Diagon Alley, stop it. So then I went to those magic shops. I met a few other key characters in my life. There's a guy called David Tompkins, Cheeky Dog, and he was also is also a venture, should I say, and magician, and he helped and tutored me for quite a long time. So it was kind of being in the right place at the right time. But now with the phenomenon, yes, thank you. With the phenomenon of, I can say it, no, I can't. With the phenomenon of internet, you can, YouTube a lot of things and learn from YouTube. So there's lots on it. And the best thing on YouTube, what's the best thing on YouTube? TrickyTeddy, yes, Puppet Podcast. That's hard to say, yes. Best thing on YouTube is Puppet Podcast. So you got your plug. What is that? Podcast, stop it. See what I mean? He takes over. I do apologise.
Yeah, he's a fan. He's a fan of what we do. Thank you. You could be a great host for a podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I see I can coach you. Yeah.
I need coaching. Stop it, right?
Okay, I like that. But I wonder, like, maybe you can answer to this, like, why? We often want to know the why puppetry is something that you cherish.
I think, I mean, the other thing, children certainly love puppets.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, people of all ages love puppets, but certainly children love puppets. I don't know if it's the face, the funny face. You got a funny face, yeah. It could be the big eyes. But I mean, I don't know about you, but something I've found as well is a lot of autistic children really warm to TrickyTeddy. And, you know, I could be doing the greatest magic trick in the world, but as soon as I bring TrickyTeddy out, I've been to a lot of parties where there's children of autism of all spectrums, and that they just like sit there aghast and open mouthed, and there's just something, pardon the pun, but there's something quite magical with a puppet and just children that it just clicks with them, and you have them in fits of giggles, and it just, I don't know, there's just something that relates to children, and I love that. I think, you know, if I think it's, well, if a kid finds it funny, I'm going to find it funny anyway. But it's just, I don't know, there's some connection which I really love.
Yes. And how you answer, because sometimes children will ask, like, what is a puppet? Like, how it works? Do you have like your own question, your own answer you give?
I get it's funny sometimes when TrickyTeddy's talking like this, yeah, like that. Obviously it's, you know, I'm doing my best not to move my lips. He does a lot. Stop it. But sometimes I hear on the front row there's a little kid that leans over and goes, "Hey, I know how he's doing it. He's got a speaker behind his table," and they think they've got me. So they think that's how the puppet moves and talks. I've got a little speaker going on, which fingers crossed means I'm doing a good job sometimes with the not moving the lips. But the whole, I mean, he's constantly on you know, moving all the time. That's the other thing. I try to make him move all the time, even if we're not talking directly to him. It just gives him that kind of that lifelike thing. And then I've never had the comment of going, "Oh, he's just on your arm," because he's constantly moving. And I think that distracts the fact that this is going on. What do you need? Don't worry. Where is your hand? Stop it. So yeah. And you enjoyed this connection, and I think you talk about your crush with Teddy, but do you find like you get into a little moment? Maybe you have an anecdote about like a moment where you get a crush for puppetry, like you're just like, yes, I'm going that way with my job. Yeah, I mean, I've never been one for an office job, and I did have a job for about, I think it was about 9 years in the Co-op, is the superstore in Britain, and they kind of got annoyed at me because I was constantly almost not believing I was on stage. I wasn't going around the aisle singing and dancing, but you know, I was always having a good rapport with customers. Obviously I couldn't take the puppet in with me, but as a performer, like, you know, I was trying out new jokes on the customers, and I could just tell I didn't really want to be anywhere else other than performing. And then when they said, you need to start taking this supermarket stall art seriously, after 8 years, I was a manager at the time, and they asked me to work at the weekends. I said, well, no, because, you know, I play with puppets at the weekends, albeit for money. They said, well, that's your ultimatum. You either work here or there's the door. And so it was kind of my passion drove me to basically leave a secure job of not bad money and follow the path of what I loved and wanted to do, which was perform magic and obviously puppets as well.
Yes, and I saw like some of your website is really amazing. Like I really feel you build a business, and I want to maybe you can give a tip to other puppeteers who listen it, because you are really like everyone. You have to go to watch this website. Is really like into the ball, like to just like give the message, like the show will be good and. Could you say you get influence about this business model, or to put everything together?
So I'm big on branding. My wife is into marketing by trade.
Okay.
So that's why I married her. But she's very bossy. No, she's not bossy. But she's had to come up with some great ideas. So she does help me out with a lot of the copy on the website. Another key thing I've always thought is brand identity. So I'm always in a blue shirt. Where is it? Blue shirt. I've got the blue background. TrickyTeddy is always the focus point because it's the thing that people want to think. Yeah, okay. It's the person people want to come and see. But it is very much about building building the brand and just keeping prominent. Building it wise, it's just over time. I picked my colour. I thought I like blue and yellow, and it's just a case of constantly pumping out the content and saying, hey guys, this is what we're doing. It's not necessarily always a show. We did over the lockdown. We've done a story, haven't we? Yeah, we did a story. Yeah, we read a story. We've done a quiz show, and there's just different things other than saying, hey, book me for a party. It's just trying to keep us out there. And saying it's Chris Gar and TrickyTeddy, so we are the package, and with the name Chris Gar Entertainments, it just kind of sews it all into one. On a DNA name, well, you can't be in the name. It's just Chris Gar because.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's kind of what I said also all the time. It's like to be two, to be a team, and as a ventriloquist, you really represent this. But to have like a wife in marketing, or my boyfriend is doing also some marketing. So I think it's really key in the business to be associate. As Teddy is a good associate for you.
Thank you.
Chris. Yes, amazing. I want to know if you believe that the puppetry is in an ascension or it's getting less popular.
Oh, I think it's very popular. I mean, it's always been there. If you think of the old Punch and Judy shows from years and years ago, and it's always been there. City, again, the glove puppet, the little yellow teddy bear, he's been on TV for over 70 years, and with the aid of all these online podcasts, and there's loads of puppetry on all over YouTube, and especially TV now with all the competitions. It's every year there's a new ventriloquist act on one of these. I mean, Britain's Got Talent, there's been a few questionable acts, but they've been fun to watch. We've not been on it. No, I know we've not been on it. I'm too scared. But yeah, it's had a lot of exposure, and I just think it's surreal. Puppets are surreal. Then it's kind of like it's you got to use your make believe, but very very quickly you're sucked into the world of puppetry, and people just love the escape, I think. So, and especially in these lockdown times, people, the only thing they want is an escape. So I think it's just going to get more and more, whether it be massive big puppets that people actually get in and move around in, or if it's a glove puppet or an arm puppet like this. I just think it's all, which is brilliant, I think, and magic as well to a certain extent. I mean, Britain's Got Talent years ago, when it first started 14 years ago, it was hated. Every single time a magician came on, it would get boring before it even started. No, don't like you. Let's get off the stage. But now people are just they can't wait to see a magician. So the whole entertainment side of things is great at the minute, I think.
Yes, I like to hear that. And do you have like kind of a big purpose, like something you want to achieve in your career, like a vision of the future?
Well, I wouldn't mind getting on TV. Well, at some stage, I don't know if I'd like to do the competitions on TV, because I think they can make or break you, and depending on how they edit it, could be the deciding factor of if you're gonna, if you look good on TV or if you don't look good. You could be amazing, but then if the editor goes, actually, I want to make that look a different way, it's all down to editing, isn't it? So, as long as I can as long as it doesn't sound corny, but being my trade is children's birthdays, as long as I can be a lasting memory, I think, on children's minds, and certainly TrickyTeddy, and when they're growing up. Oh yeah, I remember I had a birthday party with Krisgar, and there's that little teddy bear, what was his name, TrickyTeddy. Yeah, you're still awake. As long as people can remember it, it's sort of a mini fame, if you like. It's I'm not a big billboard famous guy, but it's if people remember a talent that I've got, and it creates a fun memory, then that's great. Fingers crossed I'm doing a great job.
Totally. And do you have like a message you like to bring to the audience? Like maybe Teddy, you have something like a moral or a philosophical message, something you'd said like, okay, I want people to be happy, or what?
Aren't people to buy me a car? No, they're not going to buy you a car. As long as people are happy. Yes, as long as people are happy, they're laughing, and I think it's the same, isn't it? You just want people to remember you. Yeah, just me, not Krisgar. Thank you.
Yeah, the message of happiness. It's really, really key. And do you have like some, maybe it's something funny to ask, some like a joke you always do, like your favorite joke you do together?
He's just funny looking. Stop it. Are you taking on a stop now? Yeah, we don't. I just think I like to think we're funny just as a couple. You know, we're not married. No, all right. We're not as a married couple, but as a duo couple, there's we've got lots of routines. I mean, there's routines where TrickyTeddy holds onto a balloon and doesn't realise it's helium, and he starts flying off up into the ceiling, and gets stuck sometimes. There's just lots of silly. It's very slapstick comedy, Camellia d'arte stuff. That it's a lot of slapstick, very visual comedy as well. Do you want to see a trick? Sorry, do you want to see a trick?
Oh yeah, you can do a trick.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know about this. Yeah, what did we do? Right, what trick? Blue silk. All right, blue silk. Right, okay. Right, what this one? Yeah, got blue silk. Yeah, we got a blue silk. Okay. Let's see what else can we. Let's use my drinking glass. I'm going to put that. It's not best for seeing stuff here. We'll leave that there. I know you can't see it in a minute. So I'm going to move the blue silk. I'm going to. Where should I put that? Penny in my pocket. Okay, I'm going to put that in your pocket down there, TrickyTeddy. All right. Now my magic words are Krisgar. So normally I say to children, when I say magic, you shout Krisgar. So we'll do it TrickyTeddy. So TrickyTeddy, when I say magic, you say Krisgar. Magic Krisgar, and then watch the cup, and then the blue silk jumps. Yeah. Into the cup. Yes, into the cup. Let's just get that back out, and then we go from your pocket, jumped into the cup. There you go.
Whoa!
Free of charge. There we go. I won't charge you for that one.
That's our first magic trick in the Puppet Podcast.
Oh, is it? Yay! Yeah. Do I get a medal? No, you don't get a medal. Stop it.
Thank you very much, Chris. And we have like a comment around. People love you. They say it's so cool, Teddy. You have a lot of good comment around. And I want to say thank you to be part of this sharing moment about our job. And I want to know if people want to know more of you, where they can find some stuff that you do.
So on my YouTube channel, I've got a good number of things on there. We did a collab video. It was one of the first. It was a so during lockdown, we got an apple, and there was loads of entertainers from around the world, and threw the apple off the screen, and another entertainer caught it. So you'll see there's a collab video of that. It's called An Apple a Day. So that's on YouTube. That's a great one to watch. There's some sort of outtakes of TrickyTeddy and I. So yeah, YouTube's. I've got a number of videos on there now, not loads like yourself, but there's a number of them just to get an idea of TrickyTeddy and myself. Obviously on our website, so it's krisgar-entertainers.co.uk, which I think you've got LinkedIn somewhere, and Instagram, obviously our Facebook. So you'll see us all there. We do our own theatre show every year, but we're not, fingers crossed it will go ahead. It's in October this year. And we've done it for 5 years and sold out every year. So fingers crossed it'll be the same. We don't know what the state of theatre is going to be like just yet. But yeah, fingers crossed that can go ahead.
Yeah. We stay positive for the future, and we will see Krisgar and TrickyTeddy on stage soon.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much to have been in this episode, and we will follow all what you do. We will post and share, and you know what it is. Post, share, like, and the bell and everything.
We'll do all that. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us on the podcast. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. It was a great moment of magic and ventriloquist and puppetry. So everyone, you can join us. We have 3 podcasts this week. So one from New York and another one from Texas. And yeah, it's going well. So stay tuned and see you soon. Have a good day, good evening in UK. And let's stay tuned for another episode. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.